When the word flower comes to mind, what do you think of? Flowers today are thought of as a symbol and gesture of love, peace, and all things good. Cut flowers are carried and sold at most all convenience stores, groceries, and markets. They can be found at funerals, graduations, restaurants, or even placed around your house as an elegant decoration. But did you ever think about where these store-bought, fresh-cut flowers came from? 60% of all flowers sold to the U.S. come from Colombia, whose main exports are roses, lilies, and carnations, making them America's largest exporter. Kenya and Ecuador are also two of the major exporters of flowers to America. Using the climate and geography to the best of their economical use, flower farming makes a profit for these countries. For Ecuador, it generates $240 million a year and creates jobs for thousands of impoverished citizens. In 1990, the president of Colombia, Cesar Gaviria, even used the slogan, "To save Colombia from cocaine, buy its flowers," to help the flower industry take off, which it did. To meet the world's demands for flowers, companies have a large number of workers contributing to and farming, picking, sorting, and packaging flowers, a majority of them being women and children. These families are under complete control by the company, for they depend on them for their income and live in overcrowded plantations on the farm. Harvesting flowers is a dangerous and labor-intensive job. Flower companies overwork their employees, giving them 70 to 80-hour-a-week shifts, and are responsible for looking over multiple flower beds at a time. Workers pick on average 400 flowers a day and pick a profit of $600 to $800 yet these workers get paid on average $27 per month. Sexual harassment is an event that takes place often between female-based workers. A number of employees have reported health problems related to their wrists or back due to cutting and picking the flowers. 60% of Ecuadorian flower workers report their health problems as work-related. While bending over and cutting flowers all day, these workers are exposed to pesticides. 1/5 of the chemicals used in the savanna greenhouses have been banned for health problems in the USA. Being in the presence of these chemicals can be life-threatening, especially since these workers are not given protectional clothing. Some workers have reported that their employers only issued handkerchiefs to cover their mouths. Fertilization sprays, lack of sanitation and protection, and pumped chemicals all can harm the skin and eyes of the flower workers. 2/3 of Colombia's flower workers suffer from health issues associated to these pesticides, such as nausea, conjunctiveness, muscle pains, and even miscarriages. These companies do not pay or give health care to these workers, and will even fire women if they become pregnant, instead of giving them paid time off. Although the flower industry is mostly female workers, men are hired for cultivation and packing. However, the rate of men is nowhere near the same as the rate of women hired. Children only get paid 50 to 60% of what the adults in the industry are getting paid. They are commonly found to be second-generation flower workers. Although the wages are so low, the workers and their families stay there. But why? Slaves and underpaid workers all have the same thing in common. They are dependent on the owner or employer, and are economically vulnerable. The flower workers stay at the companies in fear of well-being of themselves and family, and not being able to find more work. Not only are the flower employees dependent on the companies for work and money, but for housing. Employees who work in the field of fresh-cut flowers have said they are thankful to the company for providing them a house, for it would be difficult to pay for on their own. The next question in mind would be, why haven't these workers stood up to these companies? Why isn't the government doing anything about this? Like most slave-working industries, companies have too much power over the employees' lives, controlling their income, and the government does not enforce labor laws. Workers have protested in the past, but would just get beaten down by the police force. So what can be done to help the flower workers? America cannot simply boycott these countries' flowers. If they simply shut down this major industry, thousands of people would be left without jobs. However, America can write to these companies such as Personal Creations, Pro Plants, and Cherry Moon Farms, who were given an F rating by the Free to Work, an anti-slavery and human trafficking organization. Make the issue aware to friends and colleagues, and encourage them to buy fair trade or local flowers. Make an effort to research or ask about the flower companies and their workers' rights before buying these flowers or any other product. For more information, please visit cactus.org, a labor rights organization to help those who are in the flower industry. Thank you.